So based on the definition of trigonometry, it's just the ratio between two sides in one right angle triangle. As you can see, you have how many sides? 3 sides. So if you take 2 sides on here of the 3 sides, you'll be having 6 combination of ratio, Okay, 6 combinations. So you will only have 3 combination of ratio. You will have 6 combination of ratio. Sin theta, cosine theta, tangent theta, done already. Just shortcut. Now we're gonna learn about the other 3 ratio of right angle triangle. Cosecant theta. This is just the name, so you don't need to memorize the formula because that will be given during the test later. Cosecant theta is just 1 over sin theta. So if your sin theta is y over r, it's 1 over, you just need to flip the fraction of your sin theta, which is r divided by y. And what is secant theta? Secant theta is just 1 over cos theta. Your cos theta is x over r. So you just do 1 over, it means you flip. Okay? Then the last one is cotangent theta is just the opposite of tangent theta. Okay? So the 3 of this is just the opposite of the main ratio. Okay? So cotangent theta is just 1 over tangent theta. Sorry. Just 1 over tangent theta equals to, you flip the fraction of your real tangent theta equals to x divided by y. So once again, these are the 6 combination of the ratio between the 2 sides in your right angle triangle. Because in one right angle triangle you have 3 sides. So if you take 2 sides only, you have 6 combinations because you can flip the fraction. Is that okay? Clear? Okay. Now we can go back to the right angle triangle. The hypotenuse is r, and then the opposite of theta is y, the adjacent of theta is x. And then we already collected sin theta equals to y over r. So now, using the main 3 formula, sin theta equals to y divided by r. So now you will have y equals to r times sin theta. Okay? Because you do cross multiplication. And you label this as the first equation. Second equation, I will just take the formula of cos theta. Cos theta equals to x divided by r. You do cross multiplication, you will have x equals to r cos theta. And you label this as the second equation. And then I go back to my right angle triangle inside one circle. Okay. So every time you have a right angle triangle, you can apply Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? When you plus the other 2 sides, so it equals to the square of the hypotenuse. This is the formula, So the formula of this right angle triangle equals to x squared plus y squared equals to r squared, because you already label r as the hypotenuse and the other 2 sides are the smallest side compared to the hypotenuse. Now we just rewrite here x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. And then you already collected x equals to this and y equals to this. You can sub in to this new equation. So r cos theta to the power of 2, because your x is r cos theta. So now you can replace x become r cos theta plus r sin theta to the power of 2 equals to r squared. And then now you already understood the definition of square. You just multiply itself twice. And expand this become r cos theta times r cos theta. Okay, because it's square, x squared is x times x, 4 squared is 4 times 4. So r cos theta square is r cos theta times r cos theta plus r sin theta times r sin theta equals to r squared. And then what you need to do is just to expand and simplify if you have the same variable. You just continue here. So r cos theta times r cos theta is, how many r you can see here is 2. So you may have r to the power of 2. Cos theta to the power of 2, you put it after cos. So cos squared theta. Because you need to be careful here when the cos squared theta and cos theta square, they are different, They're not equal to each other. Because the first expression, you square the cosine value. The second one, you square your angle and you do your cos. They are different, So once again, The first one, cos square theta, you square the value of your cos theta. The second one, cos theta square, it means you square the theta and then you find the value of its cosines. They are very different, so you need to be careful. When you square your trigon, you put to the power of 2 to the power of 3 after your trigon, not after your angle. Because you square the value of your trigon, your ratio. Okay? Plus r to the power of 2 sine square theta, because I just doing the same as what I did to the cos, equals to r squared. Then now, at the left side expression, I can see that I have the same variable r to the power of 2, so I can factorize this expression by taking r to the power of 2 out. So when they are just the same, so I can just bring this variable out. So at the left side is cos to the power of 2 theta, because I already bring this over here, and then from this side I just need to write sine square theta equals to r square. Is it okay? And now to simplify, I choose to divide everything by r to the power of 2. Okay, so when I divide, so there is no r square anymore at the left side, and then I need to do so for this side. So at the left side expression is just cos square theta plus sine square theta. Since nothing left here, it doesn't mean it's equals 0, it equals to 1. Because you divide r square by r square equals to 1. So now you got the first trigon identity, just to follow the way we all write down the identity, which is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. So now you can take your calculator, just try to prove this identity. To change theta become any value, you take your calculator, change theta become 20 degrees or 50 degrees or 70 degrees or maybe 1078 degrees, maybe 1,800 degrees. They will always have the same value of sine square plus cos square theta, which is equals to 1. Okay? That is the first identity, very important that you need to understand. So, it's from your right angle triangle, you just need your sine theta formula in a way to expand and prove the identity. Okay? Okay, so that's for the first identity. Now we can move to the next identity. Next identity of trigonometry is just... Okay, you prove it already for any value of the angle, any theta. When you take your calculator, you just change all theta become a number 20, 21, 101, 102, 360 degrees, 361. It's always equals to 1. So now we can expand plus cos square theta equals to 1. Okay, so before we got one formula already, which is sine theta over cos theta equals to tangent theta. We keep this formula because we're gonna use it later. Okay, sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. We prove it already. Now we're gonna divide everything by cos square theta. Okay, we're just changing the equation without changing the value of both sides. They will be balanced. This is the same value. So equals to sine square theta over cos square theta plus cos square theta divided by cos square theta equals to 1 over cos square theta. And now you go back to this formula. This formula, sine square theta over cos square theta. What is it? We need to divide this. But we already got this formula. Sine over cos equals to tangent. But if you have to the power of 2, so you can change this become tangent to the power of 2 theta. Is that correct? Okay. Plus cos square divided by cos square equals to 1. Now, we use this information beside to help us to divide what is 1 over cos square theta. We check which one is 1 over cos. 1 over cos is secant, but I have 2 under. It's just the same as secant to the power of 2 theta. Is that okay? So this is another identity that we might have only by using this main identity of trigon. Is it okay? So now we can move to the last identity for today, which is we're still using the main identity sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to what? identity, we just divide it all by cos square theta. So what will happen if we divide everything by sine square theta? So we separate them together over sine square plus cos over sine square equals to 1 over sine square theta. And next, we need to simplify sine to the power of 2 divided by sine to the power of 2 equals to 1. And we check. What is cos divided by sine? Check. Is this 1 over tangent? Tangent is sine divided by cos. You do 1 over tangent, it means you flip the fraction of tangent. Okay? The fraction of tangent is sine over cos. When you flip it, it equals to cos over sine, correct? So, cos over sine just equals to cotangent. Yeah? So, once again, yeah. Sine over cos is sine. The fraction of tangent is sine over cos. So, the formula of cotangent is just the opposite of tangent. So, you need to flip the fraction of tangent. You will have this one, you flip this tangent equals to cos divided by sine, right? So cos divided by sine is just cotangent. So I put it here. Cotangent to the power of 2 theta equals to 1 over sine. I check my formula, 1 over sine is cosecant, but I have to the power of 2 under equals to cosecant to the power of 2 theta. So this is the last identity. For everything, you don't need to memorize, that will be given at the formula paper. What you need to understand is just the concept, how we rearrange the function to prove or to get a new identity of our trigonometry. As you can see from the very beginning, I just have this main identity and then I can improvise until I collect another identity to another identity. Okay? So the very important thing that you need to, I think you need to just memorize just the formula of the 6 main ratio of right angle triangle, which is sine theta, opposite divided by hypotenuse, cosine theta, adjacent divided by hypotenuse, and tangent, opposite divided by adjacent, and the other 3 identities. And the rest, we're gonna improvise using the main identity, sine square plus cos square theta equals to 1. So what we're going to learn after this further is just to prove one identity to another identity. I'll give you one example. The first one is, you can see from your textbook page we'll start from the easiest question to page 147. Page 147, number 2, part A. Now you need to prove identity cos x, tangent x equals sine x. So see the equal sign is kind of different. You have triple with straight line symbol. It means you are proving something, either from the left side to the right side or the right side expression to the left side expression. So once again, so this equal sign symbol is just about to prove identity to another identity. You can go from the left side to the right side, from the left side expression to the right side expression, or from the right side expression to the left side expression. Okay, so it's up to you. So the method to solve is just, for me, I will just pick the complex expression. So what you need to do is to rearrange the expression from the complex one to the simple one. It will be much better. Okay, check. So from this expression, cos x tangent x equals to sine x. So what I need to pick is the complex one. I will pick cos x tangent x equals to, I need to prove the left side equals to sine x. Okay, so what you need to do first is just to keep it on your mind that you don't know that these two are equal because you are proving. You just, okay, they are equal, but I need to prove it. I need to rearrange until this one goes to the sine x. Okay, so first, cos x tangent x is given. We cannot do anything with cos x because there is no right angle triangle given here. So based on the definition, it's just ratio, but you don't have the right angle. So this is just stays as cos x. But you have tangent x formula. What is it there? Sine over cos, the angle x is x. Remember, yeah, tangent and cos is just the ratio between two sides in right angle. So you can change the angle, become any value or any variable. It can be x, it can be theta, can be letter M, depend on the question. Is it okay? So now, cos x, tangent x is just sine x over cos x. We understood about it already based on that formula. Okay? And next, what you need to do is just to multiply fraction together. This is fraction, sine x, cos x, and then you times them together. So when you multiply fraction, you need to do it proposition. Numerator with numerator, divide by denominator with denominator. Okay, you have numerator sine x, denominator cos x at the second fraction, but there is an issue at the first fraction, right? There is nothing is under, so you can add extra over 1, because cos x divided by over 1 is just, cos x divided by 1 is just itself cos x. Okay, now you can apply, is it multiplication, thingy is, so we multiply proposition, cos multiplied by sin x is just sin x cos x divided by cos x. Now when you have this new fraction, you see, okay, I have the same variable altogether. You can kill these two out and the left sin x only. Now you already proved that this identity are equal to each other. Okay, when you rearrange the form of this expression, you expand tangent x into something, you will have just sin x itself. So I will explain how to do the next question, which is 2b, and I will give the rest to you. 2b. So 2b, I need to prove that 1 minus cos squared x divided by sin x cos x equals to tangent x. So once again, when you are proving, you can choose any direction from the left side or to the right side or otherwise. And then I already give you the clue how to do it easily, which is by taking the complex expression to the simplest expression. If you see your question, the complex one is at the left side, so it will be much better if you rearrange the expression at the left side. Okay, so 1 minus cos squared x divided by sin x cos x. It's kind of difficult because you have constant 1. This is not 3 this is number 1. But based on the first identity, the main identity that you already collected, this one, you have number 1 here. So you can change 1 become, so this one, you can change become sin squared x plus cos squared x minus cos. So you already change this become this one, divided by sin x cos x. So once again, you still don't know that these two are equal. You are proving, so you cannot add equal tangent x. You are proving that this equals to this one. And then you can simplify this one equals 0 because it's minus, and then sin squared x over sin x cos x. And the next is you can break down sin squared x because 2 squared is just 2 times 2, 3 squared is 3 times 3, p squared is p times p, so sin squared is just sin x times sin x over sin x cos x. Since it's fraction, you can divide the same variable out, this one is gone already. So left sin x over cos x, and then when you see this fraction, remind you about something that you already did, which is this one. This is the same, so equals to tangent x, and then you will be proven that this complex expression equals to the simplest one here. Okay, it's proven already. That's all for today. The next what you need to do is just finishing everything.
Tapos na.
147.